time manje time but kuna ngobayira but kwanza ipindeni pasera but then misa cable.
We could be about to start the correction. I just take this opportunity to welcome our colleagues from the press, the media. Welcome to our second edition of our weekly press briefs, which you are now aware is now a matter of tradition, that each and every week we meet with you to update you in terms of various issues that will have taken place, developments, clarifications of issues that you might have been confused about or been left with lots of questions. I need not introduce myself. Comrade Mbadi, the Director of Information and Publicity for the party. Comrade Chao, Acting Deputy Secretary of Youth Affairs, is here with us. And of course, next to him is Comrade Chinamasa, the Acting Party Spokesperson, and Director of Show, Dr. Mshoma, is my senior counterpart, as Director. So thank you very much and welcome to this weekly press briefing. I will not waste much of the time. The spokesperson has prepared a good name, so it's all the spokesperson.
Thank you very much. I welcome you to this our weekly press briefing. Today I'm going to dwell quite some length on the issues to do with the land question, so that I clarify any misconceptions or any confusion surrounding that issue. I do so because the joint statement by the Ministers of Lands, Agriculture and Finance and Economic Development seem to have stayed very messy and caused confusion. At the end of this episode, I want to believe that I would have clarified Zanupf's position over these issues. But let me start with what I already prepared before this issue was posted on our agenda this afternoon. I wanted to say something about a growing tendency among true farmers to rent out their farms and pay rent. And I feel that it's a tendency which is a reversal of our land redistribution program. It's a tendency which is in direct contrast to the Zanupf's policy of economic empowerment of our people. As you are aware, the land redistribution program has been the most effective and powerful tool to empower previously disadvantaged black Zimbabweans. And what we observe is a trait that we thought we should say something about it. So allow me to read just portions. The statement will be distributed, so I'll just read the major portions and I'll leave you to take the rest from the statement which will be distributed to you. As all of us are aware, agriculture is the cornerstone of the economy of Zimbabwe in terms of its contribution to employment creation and agro-processing manufacturing. It is the one sector which has the most value chains and has linkages with other sectors of the economy. As such, Zanupf has been taking a key interest on what is happening in the agricultural sector, in particular on the utilization of agricultural land which was distributed under the land reform program. Zanupf is gravely concerned at the emerging trends over land that was acquired and distributed under the land reform program. Of particular interest is the increasing tendency by beneficiaries of A2 farms to lease out those farms in return for rent. Zanupf's position is that in line with His Excellency President Edim Nangaba's 2030 vision and the call for greater productivity in agriculture and empowerment of previously disadvantaged black population, participatory joint ventures in agriculture would be welcome. But such joint ventures should be genuine, in the sense that the beneficiary of the land who has entered into a joint venture should be an active participant in such a joint venture partnership in terms of involvement in the activities, management, technical, and all aspects of agriculture. The trend that Zanupf has observed is that there is a reversal of its economic empowerment program, in the sense that the beneficiaries are renting out the farms outright in return for rent. In the majority of cases, the beneficiaries do not even reside on the farms, preferring instead to live in urban areas. This trend cannot go unchecked, as it epitomizes rent-seeking behavior of the West Country. Zanupf condemns it in the strongest terms. There is no justification whatsoever, economic, political, or otherwise, that someone who received free land from government under the land reform program for his empowerment should be charged rent. A person is only entitled to charge rent over land which he or she bought, and not free land given to him as an instrument of economic empowerment. So we are issuing this statement to give a clear stern warning to all beneficiaries of the land reform program that those who do not want to be empowered are free to vacate and do other things. Joint ventures in agriculture, yes, but rent-seeking behavior, no, no, no. No to overt or covert reversal of the land redistribution program and its intended objective to give total empowerment to the previously disadvantaged black people. Let me now address the issue that has arisen because of the joint statement made on Monday by the Ministers of Finance and Economic Development and the Minister of Agriculture, Lands and Agriculture. Reference is made to a press statement that was released by the Minister of Lands, Agriculture and Resettlement, Comrade Masuka, and the Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Professor Mutuli. The party has noticed that the content of that statement has caused confusion among our people on the policy of Zanupf regarding the land question. Zanupf wishes to clarify on a majority of those issues for the sake of our people. As we seek to do so, let it be as clear as is daylight that the land reform process is irreversible. Zanupf remains alert to any machinations, covert or overt, that may seek to derail or reverse the land redistribution policy. The redistribution of land under the land redistribution program is one that Zanupf has jealousy. The issues pertaining to the land question were settled, as we all know, in a referendum in 2030, giving rise to our current constitution, which was approved by our parliament at that time by both political parties which were represented in the House, that is the MTC, opposition, and the ruling party. So it's a joint document, the constitution, that we currently have. Now, Section 295 of the Constitution as read with subsection 7 and 8 of section 72 of the Constitution, clearly spell out the issues pertaining to compensation for land under 3 categories. There is the land which indigenous Zimbabweans bought way before 2000, but which, because our program was revolutionary, Jamaica, we called it, was acquired and settled. People were settled on that land. That is first category. Land acquired by indigenous Zimbabweans before 2000 with their own resources, but during the revolutionary program, that land was gazetted and resettled. In some cases, not even gazetted, but was settled under Japan conditions. Second category is land that again was settled under the revolutionary program, but which belonged to citizens of countries with whom we had entered into bilateral property protection agreements, the so-called BIPA agreements. That is second category. The third category is the rest falling outside those two. Now, the bigger portion of land fell under category 3. That is the 4,000 or so Rhodesian farmers, white Rhodesian farmers. Let me be specific. The bulk of the land that we acquired, 11 million acres of it, was acquired from land previously owned by the white Rhodesian farmers. Land constituting land that was in indigenous hands is a small minority, a small percentage. So is also land under BIPA. Out of the 11 million or so hectares that we acquired, the land under BIPA or under BIPA in particular will not be more than 0.5%. I want to make that very clear. Percentage-wise, therefore, land which fell under BIPAs and commercially acquired will not constitute 1% of the total acreage that we commercially acquired. Again, the MDC and its allies who resisted all these sanctions. Don't forget that we are under sanctions because of the land reform program, and that the sanctions were called for by MDC and its allies to resist the land redistribution program. Don't also forget that the former white Rhodesian farmers were allies of the MDC in resisting land redistribution and in calling for sanctions to be imposed against us. But see what now happens right now. They are now pretending that they are champions of the land redistribution program, in the sense that they are now basically lecturing us on the revolutionary land distribution program. I want to say this, that we will never allow anyone to lecture us, or will never allow anyone to lecture us who has never taken an inch of any soil anywhere in the world. We are more conversant with this revolution. There will be moments when we are ready to take a step back in order to make 2 steps forward. And we will not allow any person who has not been through the trenches on this issue to lecture us on the land redistribution program. Let me again repeat, Constitution Section 295 is basically giving those 3 categories. And the section also provides that where we settled our people on land previously owned by an indigenous black Zimbabwe, and the land was parceled out into a one farm. The Constitution obliges us, government of Zimbabwe, to pay full compensation to that black person for land and any improvements he would have done on the farm. That is the law. In the case where the land was not settled but was gazetted, we are saying we restore to that person title to that farm which we compulsorily acquired through the Jambanja process. We will restore it to that black person. That must be made very clear. All the lands that fell under BIP, the Constitution is also very clear, because under BIP we were under obligation to pay compensation for both land and improvements. And our Constitution is providing exactly that. So, if any land under BIP was settled by Jambanja, and we settled on people, that land we are obliged to pay compensation for both land and improvements. And government of Zimbabwe will be obligated to pay compensation for both improvements and the legislature. So I thought we should make that clear. Any land outside, and we are basically talking about 11 million hectares of land that we acquired from former white Rhodesian farmers. We are only paying compensation for improvements, and that is what is set out in our Constitution. Section 295 is read in subsection 7 and 8 of section 72 of the Constitution, which obligates the former colonial power, Britain, to pay compensation to its kith and kin. Don't forget that when Smith declared unilateral declaration of independence, the British refused to intervene to stop him, because they said they were their kith and kin and they would not want to go to war with their kith and kin. So we have said, on land, Britain is the former colonial power, please pay compensation for land to your kith and kin. Don't forget, these are your relatives. That is the position. Now, because of the importance of this matter, I felt that I should also say it in short. I should also say it in short. Tirikuti insisto, wanataka paminda, tichita hombe minda, Jambanja. Kuti tizvete Jambanja, takatadza kutaurira newe Bingirati. Wakangwati kuimbisa kuti wachatipa mari yekubhadhara compensation kune hama dzavo maRhodesian white farmers. Wakangwatitaura kuti wachatipa mari yekuti tibhadhare for land nezvakawakwa pavhuracho. Tazotipa pamefaba zvikadzati naBlair akati handikupiri, ndipo akatotanga kupa mari kuti kuwe neMDC. MDC akausana Blair neWestminster Foundation. Yauya takaona zvakakodzera kuti vanhu vedu vakafirwa yekuti inyaya yakafirwa tibva tatanga hondo yeminda, hondo yeJambanja. PaJambanja ipapo takaita zvake zvisingafanire zvakaitwa zviri. Takati vanhu vakanga vakazvitengera, vanhu vatema vakanga vakazvitengera minda yavo, tibva taita Jambanja, vanhu vaibva vapinda ipapo vachiripona nazvo. Zvino bumbiro remutemo renyu riri kuti kana paine nyaya yakadaro, takatorera Mr. Chikwati, munhu wakuramba atenga kare kare, uibva wapihwa vanhu vaibva vaita one settlement ipapo. Bumbiro remutemo riri kuti aiwa munhu Chikwati ngatibhadhare compensation yevhu nezvakanga zvakawakwa ipapo. Ndozvokutaura bumbiro remutemo. Isu tichizozviona ngekuti Chinamasa chikwatara kuti inini ndiri kuda izvi, inini zvemari izvi. Mari haisi kana kuti inopera sesipo. Ndiri kuda izvi, ndinomutsvakira pamutunga achizira. Iro takatora tichiisa 1A2, A1 funds. Ndochekutanga. Koita umwe unongo takataita kare wekuti tiwirirane nedzimwe nyika tichifunga kuti kuchauya investment munyika medu, tibva tawirirana tikawirirana kuti kana macitizens ekunyika idzodzo vakauya kuti takuita investment muzimbabwe, vakauya kuita investments muagriculture, hatiiti mutengo wekutora minda iyoyo tisingabhadhari compensation for land nezvinenge zvakawanda paland ipapo. Ndizvo takapetawirirana tisati tanotanga hondo yeminda. Ndingati maagreements mazhinji acho ngekuma 1991, 1992, 93 tisati tambosvika kune hondo iyi tiri kufunga kuti tiri kudini, tiri kuwakidzana, tikakuhidzana, handiti. So takawirirana nezvekuti pakuhidzana pedu hatitori pabinda iyoyo inenge yaitwa investment, asi sekutaura kudaita takazoti mubumbiro nemutemo wedu takati kana tinge tazotora tinobhadhara compensation kuivhu nezvakawanda paivhu ipapo. Ndizvo zviri mubumbiro nemutemo wedu, ndizvo tichange tichiteedzera. Asi sekutaura kudaita leti iri yebhipa ishomanana haitofanira kunge ichifura sekuziva kwangu, haifanira kunge ifura 100,000 kana kuti 200,000 pane leti takatora 11 to 12 million hectares. So ndizvo ndafunga kuti ndijekese ndichitaura nerurimi rwamaiwa. We all know, and this is just for future guidance of government, they should know, those who are in government should know kuti nyaya yeland is a very emotive, very emotive, sensitive issue. Haufaniri kundoita tisina kumbokurumbira. Wasingauya kutibvunza kuti takuita zvakati, toaudza nhoroondo yehweko takafamba kubva 1960 ichirwirwa kusvika kotavera. So handi nyaya unondobata usingazi kuti wakabata pako, wakabata musoro here kana kuti wakabata makumbo. Handiti tofanira kunge tichikuudza kuti aiwa uku wakubata makumbo, bata musoro. Handiti wenyaya iyi musoro wenyaya iyi ndizvo ndakupireka. Inyaya yabva kure tichidzingirana nayo is a very sensitive, emotive issue in the history of our country, and rightly so, because when the land was dispossessed from our ancestors, the methods used were brutal and vicious. People were killed. We have the heads of some of our first Chimurenga fighters in museums in the UK right now. We have their heads. So it's not an issue that you should trifle with. It's a very emotive, sensitive issue. So I'm just saying that in future we need to work under the guidance of the party whenever anything is done on this sensitive issue. Now let me go to my first statement. This is basically to buttress what I've been saying. Of concern to us in Zanupf has been the issue of security of those who benefited under the electric. And we felt that Zanupf should pronounce itself on this issue. And I'll read the statement. The revolutionary land redistribution program embarked upon by the Zanupf government from 2000 to to date has been a most powerful and effective tool of empowering the previously disadvantaged black population in Zimbabwe, and has made the Zimbabwean population post-colonialism one of the most empowered populations regionally and continentally. And I say this with a straight face. When you look at the history of post-colonial Africa, in particular the Southern African countries, where the whites felt the sun will never set, that they will be here for 1,000 years, Zanupf stands out as a revolutionary party which took this matter head on, with the consequence that we all know, and which people choose sometimes to forget. The sanctions are a result of that. The fact that the economy may not be performing to expectations is a result of that. We need to take cognizance of that. But we must never reverse on this issue, because ultimately there is no development, no economy without land. You cannot build even your house without land. You cannot build even airplanes. You must finally land on land. That's how important land is. And I know that it may not be appreciated because through lack of access to capital is not as productive as it should be. But that is what government is expected to address, but it cannot be done overnight. So I wanted to say that I can take anyone to debate to say Zimbabwe population are the most important of all populations that came after the liberation of their countries. So in order to render the land redistribution program irreversible in practical terms, and to bring finality to the land question, it is incumbent upon government to expedite the issuance of permits to the more than 350,000 households who benefited under the A1 scheme, and granting of 99-year leases to the more than 19,000 beneficiaries who benefited under the A2 scheme. We are concerned at the slow pace at which the policy on issuance of A1 farms, A1 permits, and 99-year leases to A2 farmers is being undertaken and implemented. The holding an offer letter legally is what it says, an offer letter. It does not give sufficient security to the people benefited under the A1 scheme and the A2 schemes. And we are saying to government, they should allocate resources to speed up and expedite issuance of A1 permits and 99 years to give security of tenure to the beneficiaries of the land reform program. So we are calling upon government, and in particular the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Water, Climate and Rural Settlement, to accelerate the program on providing security. Provision of security of tenure will encourage beneficiaries to invest in agriculture, to invest in land, thereby contributing to the attainment of His Excellency President E.T. Mnangagwa's vision for Zimbabwe to become an upper middle income economy by 2030. It will also contribute to the call by His Excellency to enhance productivity in the agricultural sector. The greater the security, the greater is the willingness of the farmers to invest in land, to invest in agriculture. Finally, I've been informed by many people, and I promise a lot of some of you will be here to comment on the resolution by the ANC National Executive Council to send a delegation to meet with Zanupf. In their attempt to amplify there are doomsday scenario in Zimbabwe, Western embassies have engaged the services of South African and the local media to manufacture a non-existent crisis by chaining and substantiated reports of a country that is in a crisis. A crisis that exists on social media. Zanupf welcomes the African National Congress delegation that will be expected to come to Zimbabwe and to meet with us in a party-to-party dialogue. I want to take this opportunity as active spokesperson to thank our two principals, President Comrade Tim Nangaba and President Comrade Ramaphosa, who came up with this initiative for our sister revolutionary parties to meet regularly to discuss issues of mutual interest or concern. We should therefore never allow a third party to divide us. The party will keep the media updated on the issue in due course. At the height of the superior allegations of the crisis in Zimbabwe, which were dismissed as high-sounding nothing, Zanupf takes this opportunity to applaud the President and First Secretary, Comrade Nangaba, who is the President of the Republic, for his most effective measures to contain the spread of the deadly COVID-19 virus. We keep reiterating that some quarters among our senior detractors thought our system and nations were going to collapse as a result of COVID-19. This is why they cry out louder over a non-existent crisis, because their wishes would not see the light of the day. Thanks to our visionary President and the patriotic health workers, we have stood firm in providing essential health care to the affected despite pressure by opposition rank and file that they go outside. We express our gratitude to our friends in the international community, headlined by China, Russia, United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom, international business players, and local business players who gave all the timely and necessary donations to complement the President and his efforts. Indeed, President Nangaba and our people will never walk alone. In fact, we never walk alone. Whenever you are in a revolution, you never walk alone. There are many people who phone us to say, don't let go. Don't allow the enemy to triumph. And we've been at it for 20 years. We've been at it for 20 years on our own. And I want to emphasize this, on our own. Yes, we receive solidarity. But in terms of tangible economic support, we have not received the same from anyone in the past 20 years. We have not received the same from the World Bank, although we are shareholders. We have not received the same from the IMF, although we are shareholders. We have not received the same from the African Development Bank, although we are shareholders. We have not received any cent from those countries which make the most noise. All they do is they call it donations. They have created 4,000 NGOs, some briefcase, and they give money, and that money they give to those NGOs, they call those donations to Zimbabwe. It's a misnomer. When you are putting giving, you are foot soldiers to destabilize the situation, and you call that what you are giving those foot soldiers a donation or support to Zimbabwe. It's not right. It's not correct. So we have noises from the West, some of the Western embassies to say we are standing by Zimbabwe. We are standing with the people of Zimbabwe. What basically they are doing is giving money to individuals to destabilize their own country, and they call that support. We want to say we don't regard that as And also to some of those Western embassies, we know what is happening in your own countries by way of violations of the most basic human rights of black people. And we call upon those countries where black lives are brutalized almost on a daily basis to tell us more why they are doing it. Why do they not want to speak against their own evils? Why do they want to see the speck in our eye when there is a log in their eyes? They must first remove the log in their eyes before they can pontificate about so-called human rights violations in other people's countries. So we thank the people of Zimbabwe for adhering to the measures put in place by the President, as well as their esteemed cooperation with our security forces who are enforcing this lockdown to save our people. We salute our people for standing firm in resisting the temptation to disobey lockdown measures by regime change agents, who in their minds think the road to status must be littered by dead bodies. Never again shall violence be tolerated in our society. This marks the end of my press briefing. And I now welcome questions from you, and do my best to respond to your questions. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Spokesperson. The opportunity is now with you to ask you questions. Remember, when I said last time, this will be an interactive platform. So, if you have any issues, any issues that you may need further clarifications, or any issue that you feel there are ambiguities, please feel free to ask. The spokesperson is here. Any other issues between the youth leaders here, and they can provide you with the relevant answers. Before you speculate, I know the pressure for you to speculate outside there. The other time you hear the ANC is saying it's going to do this or that. All this very much speculation to put our two revolutionary parties in red light. We have seen quite a lot of them, but that's what I'm saying. The leadership is here, it is pronounced itself on a variety of these issues. Please feel free to ask any questions. The opportunity is yours. Colleagues.
Let me just add on the main acquired and distributed under the A2Cs. The policy of government, which I'm aware is being implemented, is that those who were granted A2 funds in which there were improvements are liable to pay for the improvements. And I'm aware of farmers who are already paying for those improvements, which money will then be used to compensate the former white farmers for the improvements. They are not being asked to pay for the land because the land forever is going to remain state land. Forever. That's what the Constitution provides. Whoever always be state land. But the state will give the right for someone to use it under this. And the policy is anyone given a piece of land, especially A2, not A1, we are exempted. Any A2 farmers given a piece of land on which there were improvements, it will be banned for irrigation. When that value, when those improvements are assessed, that farmer is obliged to pay to government for those improvements. And I'm aware of farmers who are already paying.
Very well.
Anyway, you ask a
question. I'm not surprised, Corporate Chef, for the lack of questions. It is literally because the manner in which you are paid things and explaining, you leave us with no questions. Any questions?
Yes, just to mention, that you must, this is social media, you manufacture. I suddenly realized I didn't have the director of information. The social media was saying I fired him. Unbelievable. You know, please, before you put it on social media, why don't you ask the health authorities? You know, and I know that some of you, when I was following, some of you have now gone fast to delete. When they saw me walking with one guy, they were surprised at what is happening. Please, don't. It's almost like the crisis. If we ask anyone to say crisis, go and show me this animal called crisis. Can you go to the area where this crisis? They will run along. And they will delete whatever they will say. So please, I'm just saying this, I felt I should say it. That don't spread malicious rumors and misinformation, publications on the social media. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Spokesperson. Thank you very much, Dr. Shona. Thank you very much, Community Active Center for the Affairs Commission. Thank you very much, our colleagues. We are still here, as you can see. We will keep interacting. Our weekly press briefs will be holding them probably. The next time it will be a different day, probably inside. Let's keep interacting so that there are no spaces left for room among us. Thank you very much for coming. Please stay safe as you go. Thank you very much.
Naomba wangu mema dzidza kunakidza. Dzidza kuveringwa nesu manje nguwa iyo.
Takudzisota.
Ya, unonzwa manje. Takudzima kuti maswera sei muri yeZimbabwe. Nhau dzichiverengwa naChikava Ngwena. Ndina vamazo pasign language. Mutungamiri wenyika vari zvakare mukuru wemauto emuchadenga nepasi vaNelson Chamisa vaperekedzwa pandandare yendege uko kwanga vachienda kumusangano wenyika dzepasi rose kuAddis Ababa, Ethiopia nhasi mangwanani.
Tauda seya.
Ava nenda kuvhura rimwe page mufano wangu.
Rimwe page
rinhau.
ya. Wewe mune mapeji mangana?
Ava. Kana tisina nhau musiwo ndine 40.
40 ndiwakuti mashomera.
Ako mabasa anenge awanda kawaza.
Kupa munoti makapresa.
Takuverenga nhau dzibasa. Kana uma 70 something.
Ya.
Mapage.
Basa riripo. Taitandara.
Inzongoti tisatambisa nguwa yapera. Unonzwa kuti vaimbova mutungamiri wenyika nemutedzeri wavo vaEmmerson Mnangagwa naChiwengwa vamiswa pamberi pedare nhasi, asi mumhosva yanga vachipomerwa yekumbunyikidzwa nyika nehutsotsi vanyimwa bhero nhasi.
Bero out.
Ewe, kana zendezoti umpati ntambo uye Emerson unianzani uNelson Chamisa indege.
Indizamchina.
Zvazichokwadi
Zimashuwa.
Kuti nyika yese idzidze,
Vanhu vese vazive.
ya kuti tichikuita zvekusimudzira nyika kwete zvekutamba nenyika.
Tamba nenyika.
Tiite izvozvo.
nawo mfana wangu mai dzenza kunakidza dzedza kuverengwa nesu manje nguwa iyo
takudzisota
ya unonzwa manje takudzirema kuti maswera sei mhuri yezimbabwe nhau dzichiverengwa nachikava ngwena ndina vamhazo pasign language mutungamiri wenyika vari zvakare mukuru wemauto emuchadenga nepasi vaNelson Chamisa vaperekedzwa pandandare yendege uko kwanga vachienda kumusangano wenyika dzepasi rose kuAddis Ababa Ethiopia nhasi mangwanani.
tauda seya
Ava nenda kuvhura rimwe peji mfano wangu
rimwe peji
rinhau
mune mapeji mangana
ava kana tisina nhau musiwo ndine 40
40 ndovangoti mashomera
ako mabasa anenge awanda kamaza
kupa munoti
takuverenga nhau dzibasa kana kuma 70 something mapeji
mabasa riripo taitandara
inzongo tisatamise nguva yapere unonzwa kuti vaimbova mutungamiri wenyika nemuteedzeri wavo vaEmerson Mnangagwa naanzani naChiwengwa vamiswa pamberi pedare nhasi asi mumhosva yanga vachipomerwa yekumbonyikidza nyika nehutsotsi vanyimwa bhero nhasi iwe kana zendezoti umpadini tambo uye masoni unianzani uNelson Chamisa indege
indizamchina
ezazichokwadi
dzimashuwashuwa
kuti nyika yese idzidze
vanhu vese vazive
ya kuti tichikuita zvekusimudzira nyika kwete zvekutamba nenyika tiite izvozve.
Myself talking about moving to a new Zimbabwe, a country of hope. But with respect, Mr. President, you were so much part of the old Zimbabwe.
Yes.
I mean, you were in cabinet when opposition leaders were being beaten and being tortured. You were part of all that. Why should people believe that you've changed?
What they should believe in is what I am doing, the actions what I am doing, not the perceptions which they have. The actions that I am doing. In the past, we had roadblocks all over the police roadblocks. I've removed those. We have opened the political space. There are now 133 political parties in the country as against 2 or 3 political parties in the country. It's factual. It's not a perception. It's factual.
Your nickname, Crocodile, has its roots in the Revolutionary War, but the crocodile is also a very patient and ruthless animal. Do those characteristics describe you, do you think, patient and ruthless?
I am as soft as wool. I am as a very soft person in life, my brother. You should understand that I'm a family person, I'm a Christian, and so on.
Well, you tell me you're as soft as wool. I would suspect you're as hard as nails.
Yeah, because you've read so much bad publicity by my enemies, which has sunk into you. I don't blame you. But as we go on and as you relate, you discover that you were wrong. Then if you are man enough, you come and say, Comrade Mnangagwa, I was wrong about you. You're such a nice man.
Nawo mfana wangu mai dzenza kunakidza dzedza kuverengwa nesu manje nguwa iyo
takudzisota
ya unonzwa manje takudzirema kuti maswera sei mhuri yezimbabwe nhau dzichiverengwa nachikava ngwena ndina vamhazo pasign language mutungamiri wenyika vari zvakare mukuru wemauto emuchadenga nepasi vaNelson Chamisa vaperekedzwa pandandare yendege uko kwanga vachienda kumusangano wenyika dzepasi rose kuAddis Ababa, Ethiopia nhasi mangwanani.
Tauda seya.
Apa nenda kuvhura rimwe peji mufano wangu.
Rimwe peji
rinhau.
Yeah. Wewe mune mapeji mangana?
Apa. Kana tisina nhau musiwo ndine 40.
40 ndowamuti mashomera.
Ako mabasa anenge awanda kawaza.
Kupa munoti makapress.
Takuwerenga nhau dzibasa. Kana uma 70 something.
Yeah.
Mapage.
Basa riripo. Taitandara.
Inzongoti tisatambisa nguva yapera. Unonzwa kuti vaimbova mutungamiri wenyika nemutedzeri wavo vaEmerson Mnangagwa naChiwengwa vamiswa pamberi pedare nhasi, asi mumhosva yanga vachipomerwa yekumbonyikidza nyika nehutsotsi vanyimwa bhero nhasi.
Bailout.
Ewe kana zendezoti umpati ntambo uye Emerson unianzani uNelson Chamisa indege
Indizamchina.
Bezavichokwadi
Zimashwashwa.
kuti nyika yese idzidze
Vanhu vese vazive.
ya kuti tichikuita zvekusimudzira nyika kwete zvekutamba nenyika.
Tamba nenyika.
Tiite izvozvo.
Tusunungukariniko tichazofara seiko kuchema kuchapera neiko tongochema kwamuri misamatenga baba Zimbabwe yochimani baba Zimbabwe yochimani baba Zimbabwe yochimani baba Zimbabwe yochimani baba Zimbabwe
Sore changamire ganduwa mbere muri mudhara hapana nombozvipikisa ndava chigaro makachigara kubva chiri mudika twali kubvanza ndambozvarwa muri gafa muri mbada muri shanga tokukwatai muri president muri prime minister muri king muri commander in chief muri chancellor muri zvese zvamada but matitles enyu aise food patep yangu marifles enyu aisa mawounds pabod yangu ndara marivals enyu anofira good bus nezangu Shua 2020 kufira good pass nezanu kusiri kufande kupi na president hapana tikatishere padeni tunofa nenzara tikatitende notsvaka mabasa makampani akavhara tikatitende kunoprotesta munotishuda nemabara pedrezvo moti Zimbabwe is not open for business but maministers ari kupa madonations ecovid sickness kutonga kwacho faro incarnation atinetsa makomanda emgagawo declaration najeso tenzi tatosvika 40 years tungamirwa nepart 1 inongoita zvekuluta bedzi zvenyuka mimi munofamba nemajet munodya appetizer main course nedessert isi tichingoganga waya kuno kudessert masiyana iko neboys riyarema macheti one day tichazorora one day tichazofara one day zvichanaka one day wemwedzi wapera landlord ada rent bank account balance 000 cents hapanwe kwereta even kuma friends namyavo itori wese totodzoka ndane stress 2 months without pay naindobata papi muri yangu ndoipay The voice of the people is the voice of God, but cannot demonstrate. Guess what? The voice was Satan, but yes, Murgita, you were just making us bold. Cause I'm not determined. Guess what? We'll press my button. Dosaka van majinji varkuyenda diaspora ndava nyika yedi ashata urumende yedi awora maronda mabira checks achiri kurwadza satapora but ngupinda mabond not why matsipa kola I'm a teacher but I can't afford to buy a time yet dollar but eta ndogo idiko ntina school fees ya viola simungwanda tombo chairman kiti dai marivandi tora ndao life ahidi kudai so Mr. President Soka apate zvara vakandisona hanzi mukwasharwi ari miko kuzobhadhara rora chiri nani chironda chaunopiwa nemutoro ndava chichehama president achimbopora ichi ndaonda zvekupera zvekushaya chero mubvuri saka jehovha toita seiko naitongochema kwamuri and I'm sorry kana ndiri kusounda too emotional it's only that kana munhu ari desperate anoita irrational but one day tichazorora. One day, tichazofara. One day, tichasungunuka. One day, thaimbodya kuzvitaura but now handichabundi ndokutogaya sekuru vangu vakamedzwa neguku rahundi ndafunga tete vangu vakamwa mushongo wemakonzo after vapatsura mba yavo neprogramu yemuramba tsvina mevhisi shamwari yanga karepo nevarume 4 2008 elections pasine mabhinya vakuru vekurepa muri sei vakuru vehip-hop no one is safe vathreatena macatholic bishop munosunga vari innocent kuchivhurira macriminals and all they do is loot vatipedzera maminerals hanzi chinhu chedu chikapikisa you perish 6 foot down the ground you'd be buried. Hapana munhu ane right yekutonga kanari president unless kanari king why do we vote then anyway it's pointless kuvota kana kusavota ma-elections muzimbabwe yana basa they just rig them report yamoshanti yakati masoja akaita violence but up to now hapana indictment why Mr. President it's time for your retirement ndikufunga itaidza mara izvezvi rest in peace Patson. Let's pray. Hello Marie. Onaita kurarama dzima jackals. Izvi zvakuda Michael. Wandireve wako Jacko. Ndoreva ngiroze hondo. Please mazimba ngatite Jacko. Hello Marie. Protect I hope una Jacko. Rinengobika matopera kasviba moyo kudarika Jacko. Ndinenge ribheka malope ngefuni nombodo ndoda kuita Jacko. Hello Marie. Changamirere ganduombere muri mudhara hapana nombozvipikisa ndava chigaro makadyara kubva chiri mudika twali kubvanza ndambozvarwa muri gafa muri mbada muri shaka tokukwatai muri president muri prime minister muri king muri commander in chief muri chancellor muri zvese zvamada but matitles enyu aise food patep yangu marifles enyu aisa mahools pabod yangu ndara marivals enyu anofira kudbas nezangu Shua 2020 kufira good pass nezana kusiri kufande kupi na president hapana tikatishere pajen tunofane nzara tikatitende notsvaka mabasa makampani akavhara tikatitende kunoprotesta munotishuda nemabara Pedro Zimbabwe is now open for business, but my ministers are kupa my donations, the COVID sickness. Kutonga kwacho, Faro incarnation. Atineta makomanda, Mgagao declaration. Najeso tenzi, tatoshika 40 years. Tungamirwa ne part 1 inongo itaje kluta beti. Zenyuka mimi munofamba ne majet. Munojga appetizer main course ne dessert. Isiti chingo ganga waya kuno ku dessert. Masiana iko ne boys riyari yare mama jeti. One day, ticha zorora. One day, ticha zofara. One day, chichenaka. One day, wemwe twapera. Landlord at the rent. Bank account balance 000 cents. Apane kwereta even kuma friends. Na meabo itori west. Tutukandane stress. 2 months without pay. Naindo bata papi muri yangu ndai pay. The voice of the people is the voice of God, but cannot demonstrate. Guess what? If voice was Satan, but yes, I am Murkita, you were just making us bold. Cause I'm not determined. Guess what? We'll press my button. The Sakaban Majinji Varkuyenda diaspora and Davanika Yendia Shata. Rumende Yedia Wara. Maronda Mabira checks a Jirkuwaza Santa Pora, but Mupinta Mapont, not why. Matsipa cola, I'm a teacher, but I can't afford to buy a time yet dollar, but it's a no way container school fees ya viola. Simumwanda tombo chairman chiti dai marvandi toranda. Life I hidi kudai so, Mr. President Soka. Apate jara bakandi son, hanzi mkwasha riari niko kusobadera road. Chirinani chironda chaunopiwa nemutoro. Ndava chichema President achimbo porridge. Ndawonda zvekupera zvekushaya chero mvuri. Saka Jova toite seiko naitongo chema kwa muri. And I'm sorry kana ndiri kusounda too emotional. It's only that kana munhu ari desperate anoita irrational. But one day tichazorora. One day tichazofara. One day tichasungunuka. One day they put ya kustaura, but now anjabundi ruto gaya sekru vangu vakamnedzwa negukura hundi. Ndafunga tete vangu vakamwa mshongwe makonzo. After vapatura mba yavo neprogram yemramba china. Maybe sishamwari yanga karepwa nevarume 4 2008 elections. Pasine mabinya vakuru vekurepa murisei vakuru hip hop. No one is safe but threaten my Catholic bishop. Nosunga vari innocent kujivhurira criminals, and all they do is loot vatipedzera minerals. Hanzi chinhu chedu chikapikisa you perish. 6 foot down the ground you'd be buried. Apana munane right yekutonga kanari president unless kanari king. Kanari king, why do we vote then? Anyway, it's pointless. Vota kana kusavota ma-elections muZimbabwe yanabasa, they just rig them. Report ya Moshanti yakat masoja kata violence, but up to now apana indictment. Why, Mr. President? It's time for your retirement. Ukufunga itaiza marriages. Rest in peace, Patson. Let's pray. Hello, Marie. One night I kurarama my jackals. Izvi zvakuda Michael andreve wako Jacko. Ndoreva ngroze hondo please mazimba ngatite Jacko. Hello, Marie. Protect I hope na Jacko. Rinengobika matopera kasviba moyo kudarika Jacko. Ndinenge ribhika malope ngefuni nombodo ndoda kuita Jacko. Hello, Marie.
sisavamisa hapana sisavamisa inengo yezimbabwe yakaravara vasvirawe hapana sisavamisa mutsungamiri wetsinza uyo hakuna atsazvichinja hapana sisavamisa today yangova chisamba machisa yeah Zimbabwe yese yatichamisa shantichamisa antichamisa cause the vote is on chamisa all the worldwide comrade Nelson ichamisa maimbovepi all the while announcement iri kupisa you're taking all the funds Zimbabwe yese mabata if you take a look around sai president ichamisa hapana sisavamisa hapana sisavamisa president ichamisa hapana sisavamisa hapana sisavamisa inengo yezimbabwe yakaravara vasvirawe hapana sisavamisa mutsungamiri wetsinza uyo hapana atsazvichinja hapana sisavamisa Shamisa do me something yeah Shamisa do me something yeah I say Shamisa do me something yeah Shamisa do me something let me tell you something if you know something yeah about President Shamisa I say let me tell you something if you know nothing yeah about President Shamisa cause the vote is on Shamisa all the worldwide corporate Nelson in Shamisa maimbovepi all the while announcement iri kupisa you're taking all the funds Zimbabwe yese mabata if you take a look around sai president Shamisa hapana sisavamisa hapana sisavamisa president Shamisa hapana sisavamisa hapana sisavamisa inengo yezimbabwe yakaravara vasvirawe hapana sisavamisa mutsungamiri wetsinza uyo hakuna atsazvichinja hapana sisavamisa